Hello and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday the 15th of February 2021. It's a Monday. If you're waking up today thinking, oh no, it's Monday and I'm back to work, that means maybe you're in the wrong job. If you're waking up today thinking, wow, it's Monday, great, I go back to work, well, congratulations to you. And if you're like many people who have no job to go to or have a job where Monday is no different from any other day, then, well, welcome to Monday anyway. I noticed that headline in the news today is that Myanmar or has just already switched off its internet system to try to slow down the demonstrations against the recent military coup there. And I thought it'd be interesting to relate some of my own experiences about military coups. I'm not a soldier or anything like that. I have no military experience myself. But I first arrived in the Philippines on the day an attempted coup was launched many years ago. And, coming from the UK, that was a very scary thing. And in fact, the attitude was, the atmosphere really was very bad in the Philippines at that time. And I only stayed for a short time because I wanted to get out. I thought it was really quite a toxic atmosphere at that time. I'm sure it's a very nice place at other times, but I really didn't like it at that time. I remember in the hotel I was staying in, I was chatting to someone, and having come from the UK and reading, the UK's news about the Marcoses, I imagined them to be like horrific demons, hated by everybody in the country. And somebody asked me my opinion, and of course, being in a foreign land, I said, oh, I have no idea about Marcos, I don't know. And this guy said, good guy, Marcos. And I was really taken aback, and I thought, what? After all he and she, Ferdinand and Imelda, stole from your country, you think they're good guys? I was really shocked, and, but I bit my lip, I didn't say anything. But it was just, I realized that people have different views and different attitudes. And having lived in Thailand for such a long time, I've experienced a couple of coups here. And in Thailand, the coups are not particularly scary. The last one, which occurred in 2014, I was due to work. It happened overnight, and I heard something on the news, but I wasn't sure just if it had happened or it was still in progress or what was going on. And I went to work. When I got there, I'm a contractor, an external. I'm working inside a building where most of the staff are not contractors, and there were around at that time there were around about 1,000 people there, and nobody was there, and except the security guard, who told me that they all had this network system whereby if anything, any kind of emergency would happen, each person would contact another person who would contact another two people or something like that, and so that nobody would show up for work. So I arrived, and I couldn't get in, and of course, it was pointless anyway, and nobody was there. But they were using the internet to, find out news and stuff like that. And I just wonder what happens when you switch that service off. I suppose telephones are possible, but I don't know how seriously the military junta is going to go in Myanmar. But anyway, since I had already gone to work, I decided to go downstairs and eat noodles from a local noodle seller, and I sat watching the tanks go by, but I wasn't scared. It's quite weird. So when I experienced the first coup in the Philippines, and I was really scared. It was a foreign country, but I've lived in Bangkok for such a long time. It's kind of almost part and parcel of living in Thailand is that we expect military coups every so often. And I sat eating noodles, and rather like you saw that meme the other day of the woman doing her aerobics and not caring about what was going on in the background. I just sat eating noodles, watching the tanks roll past, and going, oh yeah, these noodles are nice. Anyway, good luck to the people of Myanmar. Um, whatever they're doing. Okay, now today's Sudoku is an easy level puzzle, so welcome to newcomers to the channel. Most people should be newcomers because it's a pretty new channel anyway, unless you're an internet time traveler. But today's puzzle is an easy puzzle, so that means I really have to explain the rules because we may have some absolute beginners here. So what is it? Well, we have this large grid here, and the total grid is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 segments here. You can see the bold lines, okay, divide them up, and then each segment is divided into 9 squares or cells, and you can see numbers are placed in some of them to begin with, and our objective is to fill in numbers 1 to 9 in every square within a segment, and also within a column and within a row. So clearly there are 9 squares in columns and 9 squares in rows and 9 squares in these segments, and that's really all there is to know about Sudoku to start playing. Of course, then you start playing and maybe you wonder a bit more about the game and you need to learn a bit more. And learn, and then it becomes more fun the more you learn, I think. So if you are a complete newbie, welcome, and hope you enjoy playing your first Sudoku or one of the first Sudokus you've played. And let's see how it works. So, for example, in this segment here, you can see that we have numbers 2, 3, 6, 8, 9 already. So the other numbers that are missing are 1 we don't have, 4 we don't have, 5 we don't have, and 7 we don't have, right? But if you look along here, you can see there's a 1 in this row, meaning 1 can't appear again in this row, meaning a 1 cannot be in this square here. Likewise, there's a 1 in this row, blocking all 1s along everywhere else in the row, meaning blocking these 2 squares. So if a 1 can't go here and a 1 can't go here or here, where must it go? Clearly, there's only one place where you can fill in a 1, so it goes there. Now, if you look along this row here, you'll see there are 3 numbers missing. Let's count what they are. 1, 2, 3 we have. Do we have 4? No. Do we have 5? Yes. 6, yes. 7, no. 9, no. So the missing numbers are 4, 7, and 9 in these 3 squares here. But we can see a 4 blocking this square here, right? Because in this column, we can't have any more 4s. And the same for this column here. We have a 4 here, which means no 4 can appear again in this column. So if a 4 can't appear here or here, then it must be there because we need a 4 for that row, right? The 2 numbers now are 7 and 9, but we will forget about those for the moment because we can't tell which is... Oh, sorry, we can. I missed it. There is a 7 up here in this column, and if we look down this column, right, you'll see it can't appear anywhere else. So no 7 here, but we know 7 and 9 are missing, so we can put a 7 here, and the last remaining number from this column is 9. So we'll just fill that in. Okay, and that's how the game works. We just, decrease the number of spaces available until we complete the puzzle by filling in all the numbers. There's an 8 in this row across the top. Do you see it goes right across? So we are blocking this top row, and there's an 8 in this column here, blocking these 2 squares here. So if we can't go here and we can't go here, then an 8 will have to appear here like this. Okay, and so we just kind of look around and look around, it's a game of observation and logic. There's a 3 in this column here, blocking these any other squares from being a 3. There's a 3 in this column here, blocking any other squares in this column. So if we're blocking these 2 and blocking this one, and we don't have a 3 in this segment yet, we know a 3 has to go here. When we take that 3 that we just filled in and extend it across this row here, and look at this segment here, we'll see a 3 blocks these 3 squares, leaving only 1 square left because we don't have a 3 in this segment yet. Now we do. If you want to know what missing numbers are, you can look through them, but it's not really going to be very helpful. We're missing 2, 8, and 9, but we don't know which they are at the moment. Okay, so we'll just forget that for a moment. Let's continue along. and keep looking for things that are nice and easy. Okay. I shall try not to be silent for too long. It just means I'm looking around, looking for these numbers. I am not stuck. I know ways to go forward, but what I'm trying to do is to find the most obvious way forward for beginners, because I think it's important that we don't get overly technical when you first start to play. Well, there it is. Looking for a long time. So in this segment here, this 7 blocks these two squares from being a 7, and we don't yet have a 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5, 6, or 7. All right, but 7 is blocked from these two squares, so we know that 7 goes here. Our two missing numbers now are 5 and 6. We already can see this 6 in this row blocks that square, so 6 is going to have to appear here. And there is only one more number to get in this segment here, and that's 5. And so we have completed our first segment. So we've got one complete row, one complete segment, and we can certainly get this one here because there's only one number missing in this row. And if that's the case, then of course you can just count through and see which it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have a 5, and so that's our missing number. Let's put it in now. If we take the 5 that we just filled in and extend it down this column, and the 5 we already see in this column, we are blocking down this column here like so, so blocked and blocked. And we notice there's a 5 in this row here, blocking everything across here. So blocked, blocked, and blocked. Only one place a 5 can go, that's here. There are two missing numbers here, and missing numbers are 4 and 7. We have 1, 2, 3, we don't have 4, and we don't have 7. And there is an intersecting 7 here, do you see it? So 7 cannot appear in this square. 7 has to go here. And there is only one more number to get in this segment, and it's 4, so we can fill that in now. It's a very strange sounding vehicle. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway. Okay, this 4 in this row now and a 4 in this row now block these squares and these squares. We don't have a 4 in this segment yet, and so it has to go there. You know, if you get your eyes, if you're a newcomer, try to cast your eyes with a number along rows and up and down columns. That's the technique that will help you solve these problems nice and quickly and easily. I'm going to say quickly, of course. It's not really the objective to be as fast as possible. I don't think that's the way to play it, but sometimes it's good to be fairly speedy about these things. I mean, you're not, it's a game of pleasure, right? You're supposed to enjoy it, not it's not a chore to get through very quickly. There's a 3 across this row here and a 3 down this column here, and we don't have a 3 here yet, so blocking here, blocking here. We can see a 3 goes here. And again, you know, a number that we've just filled in, often if we extend it in a different direction, that will be helpful. So this 3 that we've just filled in goes right up in this column here, right up here for this column, and there is an intersecting 3 on this row, blocking all other 3, any other position from being a 3. And so 3 has to go in that square there. Then we take this 1 and look up this column here, like so, meaning 1 is blocked in these 3 squares, and there's a 1 blocking this row here. Wow, Sudoku is really easy, isn't it? I hope you're seeing how these puzzles are really very easy logically at this stage. When you get to playing the more advanced levels, then there's a lot more to do, but let's see. There's one number missing here. It's, if you look through all of these numbers, you'll find it's a 2, and so we can fill in the 2 there. There are 2 numbers missing here, which are 1 and 8. There's a 1 blocking this square, and there's an 8 blocking this square, so clearly the 8 is here and 1 is there. So that's our 8, and that's our 1. And we now have 3 segments complete, and a couple of rows complete, and this column complete, and we're about to complete this column because there's only one number missing. It's 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4 yet. That's our missing number in this column, and so we can fill that in now. There we go. Okay, and next place to look is probably, so we've done this side over here. Now we can actually find out what these 3 numbers are. Missing numbers are 2, 7, and 9. Now we have an intersecting 2 here. We have an intersecting 7 here, and we don't have any idea about the 9. I'm going to leave them for now. Even though very often Sudoku players will do something else at this stage, because I'm still trying to make this absolutely as easy as possible. Let's see if I can. Okay, down here we can see this needs to be an 8 because we have an 8 down this column here and an 8 down this column here. So blocking, and 8 needs to go here like this. And missing number from this column is 1. We don't have a 1 yet, so we'll fill that in now. If we take this 5 and extend it up here, we don't have a 5 in this segment here yet, so we take this 5 and see 5 blocks these 2 squares, so 5 will go here like so. Okay, we're missing 4 and 9 here, but we can't tell which is which for the moment. We have, which 2 numbers are missing down here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have a 6, 7, 8, we don't have a 9. So we're missing 6 and 9 in these 2 squares in this column. And we can see an intersecting 9 here. So we will fill in the 9 here and 6 here. The missing numbers here are 1 and 7 in this segment. Missing numbers are 1 and 7. And we do have a 7 in this row already, meaning 7 can't appear again in this row. So 7 goes here, 1 goes here. When we take that 1 and extend it across, and this 1 and extend it across, we are blocking this upper row and the lower row in this segment. We also see 1s in this right hand column and this middle column, so blocked, 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 and blocked. There's only one place a 1 can go, it's got to go there. Which numbers are missing from this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is missing and 8 is missing. 5 and 8 are our 2 missing numbers, and guess what? There's an intersecting 5 here. Do you see how that works and stops the 5 from appearing there? So 5 has to go here, 8 has to go here. When we take the 5 that we just filled in and extend it up, and we look at this 5 in the middle column and extend it up, we are blocking this column and this column, and we can see there's already a 5 here and a 5 in this top row, so that's the only place a 5 can appear. There are 2 numbers here missing, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. Any idea of 7 and 9 yet? No, not yet. What's missing along here? 1, 2 we don't have, 3 we don't have, and 6 we don't have. 3, 6, okay, still can't exactly tell just yet. This is coming soon. Let's have a look at this row. There are 3 numbers missing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 7, 8 and 9 are missing. Okay, so 7, 8 and 9 are the 3 missing numbers in this row. We can see an 8 in this column blocking an 8 appearing here, and an 8 in this column blocking an 8 appearing here. So that's our 8. Missing numbers are 7 and 9. Do we have any intersecting 7s and 9s? No, we don't, not yet. Okay, so we won't do any more there, but now we come back. So this is why we move around the grid all the time, because we need to come back again. So Now that we filled in an 8 here, we can come back to this middle segment here and notice that this 8 blocks this square here, and the 8 that we filled in previously blocks this square, and yet we didn't have an 8 in this segment yet, and so we can put that in now. Let's have a look at this column and see if it's helpful. 2 is missing, 3, 4, 5, 6 is missing, and 9 is missing. 2, 6, and 9 are missing. 6, 9 is intersecting here. 6. Okay, no, that's not going to give us the exact answer yet, so we won't fill that in yet. What's missing here? 1, 2, and 9. Do we know? No, we don't know yet. What's missing up here? 1. So you know, I've looked at these before, but I come back and look at them again, because after you've filled in numbers, you know, things change. So you need to come back and re-examine what you've done before. 1, 2. Even if you feel like you've got stuck in one place, come back and look at it again later. 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, and 9 is missing. 4 and 9. No intersecting 4s and 9s here. That's it. So I think what we're going to do now is to fill in what we call candidates. Now, sometimes you may have seen this referred to as pencil marks. You can use a pencil and then maybe erase it later. Or you can just use a pen. I'm using a pen today, and I'm just going to cross it out. It's a bit less tidy, but I just prefer to use it. Also, it shows up slightly better on the camera. So what do we do? Well, we know that there are 2 numbers missing here, so we'll write them in as candidates or pencil marks. The 2 missing numbers were 2 and 9, so I'm going to put them in like this: 2 and 9, 2 and 9. There are 2 missing numbers along here. The missing numbers are 7 and 9 along here. 7 and 9. Okay. Now, actually, there are, I don't know if this is going to look too tricky or not, but there are 3 missing numbers in this column. Right? 3 missing numbers. The missing numbers are 2, 6, and 9. 2, 6, and 9. Okay. Now we can see that the 9 intersects here, and we know 9 has to appear either here or here. So we know that 9 actually has to be a pair here and here. 9 has got to appear here or here, because it can't be here. And the 3 missing numbers are 2, 6, and 9 in this column. I hope that made sense to you. Okay, now the missing numbers in let's do these 3, I guess. Let's try and be a bit tidy. Missing numbers here, we have 1. We don't have 2 yet. We don't have 3 yet. And we don't have 6 yet. So 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3, and 6. I apologize. 2, 3, and 6 are the missing numbers here. Now, 3, this 3 means that 3 must appear here or here, like so. So we'll put that in. We have a pair of numbers. And 6 blocks this square. Now, we don't have 3 possibilities. The 6 is already blocking here, so we only have 2 possibilities. So the 6 will be here or here. And the 2, well, the 2 can go anywhere, actually. So what I recommend is put the 2 in the bottom right of the square or cell, and numbers that are pairs, put them in the top left, and numbers that are not pairs, and if there's more than one possibility, put them in the bottom right. And these pencil marks are how we need to fill in Sudoku when we get to more advanced levels. The missing numbers here are 4 and 9. So actually probably could have solved this without pencil marks, but anyway. Now that we see that 9 has to appear here or here, can't appear here, right, in this segment, and 9 we know has to be here or here, has to be, because we can't have it here, and we know that 9 goes here or here. Well, we can see we don't yet have a 9 in this column, this row, sorry. The missing numbers were 7 and 9, okay? But we can't put a 9 here because we know that 9 has to appear here or here, because it can't go here, it's blocked here, and we need it for this column. So because we can't have a 9 here, we know that a 9 goes there. And we also know that the last number is a 7, so the 7 goes there. We can fill in the 2 missing numbers here now because this 7 blocks this square. So 7 goes up here, and the last remaining number here is a 2, so we can fill that in there. Okay, so we have one region that doesn't have all of its candidates or pencil marks filled in, so let's just do that now. Oh, actually we don't need to, I think. Let's take this 3 and extend it along this row here, 3 along this row, and a 3 in this column blocking here. So blocking this top row and blocking this column, meaning a 3 has to appear here. And when we do that, we will bring this 3 down and understand that we had a pair here, right? Top left of the cell, 3, 3, it's a pair of numbers. So that means that this 3 can't exist in this position now. It has to appear here in this segment. It can't go anywhere else. Okay, and then back up here again. Okay, so now we have a 4 in this column, this 4 in this column blocking these 2 cells, 4 in this column blocking this cell, and so the only square a 4 can go is here. Now previously we had a pair of 4 and 9 here. Bring this 4 across, so we can delete this candidate 4 here, like so, and fill in 4 here, and that's a 9 because that's the last number. Here we had a pair of 9s, didn't we? So we can delete candidate 9, erase it if you're using a pencil and eraser, and fill in the 9 here, like so. Of course, the other thing you could have noticed was that 9 was the only missing number on this row. So, you know, very often in Sudoku there is more than one way to find the same thing. You'll find that all the time. People are often saying, hey, why didn't you solve it this way? You know, well, it doesn't matter which is whatever you see first or whatever you find most convenient or easiest form of logic to understand is often a useful thing too. Anyway, what numbers are missing? The missing numbers are 2 and 6. Is that right? 2 and 6? Hey. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll leave it for the moment because this 7 that we filled in now, the 7 that we filled in means that 7 can't exist here, but has to exist here, and the last remaining square is a 9. We had a pair of 2 and 9, 2 and 9 here, so we understand this 9 cannot be, it's a 2, and that's a 9, like so. There is one number missing from this segment, this column, sorry, it's a 2, I believe. Okay, the last remaining number in this segment is a 6. When we bring that 6 down, we had a pair 6 or 2, so finally this 6 can't exist here. We can remove the candidate and fill in the 2, and of course we can remove the final candidate 2 to give our last number 6, and that is our Sudoku easy level puzzle solved. I hope you followed the logic, and if that was your first Sudoku, I hope it hasn't turned you off. You don't have to listen to people rattling on about politics and life before you begin. Just try it, just dig in and get some easy level puzzles, lots and lots of them, and see how the logic works out for you. Remember, this is nothing to do with maths whatsoever. It's purely a game of logic. The numbers are just placeholders for logic. Well, that's it for Monday. Hope to see you again tomorrow. I'm not sure what level puzzle we'll be on, but come back and for the chat. If the puzzle level is not your level, come back for the chat maybe. See you again. Bye bye.